Now I'm going to go through the second one a little faster, and you can pause and play this as you need, but I'm just going to darken in my views first. Remember, we always start with the front, and I'll go ahead while I've got my drafting tools lined up here, and I'll go ahead and draw the other lines. One thing to keep in mind on these, if you notice up here, there's always a 1/2 inch. They've left 2 1/4-inch blocks for the space between the views. That's something good to remember for the next activity that's going to come up when we start doing our multi-view drawings. So I'm going to draw those lines. I'll draw this line, this one. Now on this drafting plate, on the second part of D3, they've kind of thrown a little trick at us here, because this grid is broke down into 1/4-inch increments. So you would think that everything is going to fall in equally into quarters, but if you look at the measurements here, they've got a 5/8 of an inch measurements, which means we're going to have to break a couple of our 1/4-inch blocks in half to center up this T shape in the middle on the top and right. But remember, we're going to do the front view first. Front view is pretty easy to do on this activity. It's 3/4 of an inch in, 1, 2, 3 blocks in, and we're going to go over from that 1 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1, and 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go up there. So we have these 2 lines, and we just need to go up a 1/2 inch, which is 2 squares. It's a pretty easy measurement. 2/4 is a 1/2 inch. Hope you know that. Draw these in. And again, just like before, this is open in the bottom, so we can go ahead and erase that line. We have that much of it complete. Now the only thing we have to do for our front view, we have to show this surface. We know that we're going to come up an inch to that line. We're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's to this surface. And we're going to count, and it'll go from there, it'll go over, even with this 3/4 of an inch measurement here. So we know that we're going to be even here. So all we have to do is draw this line and this line to complete it. So we'll go here and here, and that's the front view completed. Now let's go to the top. We have 1, 2, 3 surfaces is all we have to show. Remember, we're going to do a 1/2 in the middle, and we have to do those 5/8 on either side. So if we take this 1/4 and 2 more 8s, that's going to make our 1/2 inch right there. So let's go ahead and draw those lines in part way down. So we know this is our 1/2 inch, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 on either side of it. We know we're going to draw this line down even with that 3/4 inch mark, and then it's going to come across. So we can just continue these lines across here and here, and then all we have to do is bring those in, tie those lines on down, and we have the top view of this done. The only thing missing is we have to show this cutaway. So we'll show hidden lines from here, line it up here, they'll go across, and here, they'll go across. Hidden lines won't show where there's a visible line. Then we just have to jump down here. Remember, I've already broke this down into our 5/8. We have a 1/2 and then an 1/8 on either side as 5/8. So this line is this on the same plane as this line, so we can bring it across here and here. And here and here and across where it cuts away. We have to show hidden line line it up there, and measure the line in, and that's